Hi guys, right now I am going to make cornbread because I am going to make mini corn dog bites. This isn't going to be the traditional cornbread that goes around a corn dog, but this is an excellent recipe for cornbread, and it's just awesome. In this bowl I have 1.5 cups of cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, 1 cup of sifted flour, it's all-purpose, a 1/2 cup of Splenda, or you can use sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt. Then the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of milk. I am not going to use milk today. I don't want to leave the house today, so I'm going to use 1.5 cups of water. It doesn't really alter the recipe all that much. Here I have 12 tablespoons, that's 1.5 sticks of, can you see that? 12 tablespoons of melted cooled butter, and we have 2 eggs that have been slightly beaten. So basically the first thing you want to do is just incorporate all of the dry ingredients together until you get a good blend and a good pretty color in that bowl. And that looks nice. And then we are going to combine our wet ingredients, which would be the 2 eggs slightly beaten and the 12 tablespoons of melted slightly cooled butter. And we're going to give those a mix. And then we are going to pour this in with the milk / water. And then again, thoroughly combine that. And when that is completely combined and mixed very, very well, you are going, you don't really want to mix your wet ingredients with your dry ingredients. I find that I get a better result when I do it in 2 separate pans. And right about now, while you're mixing this mixture, you are going to want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. I find that when I make this cornbread, some things that I normally do to it when I'm like going to serve it with chili or make tamale pie, I add a can of whole kernel corn, a can of cream corn, maybe also with, even though I put Splenda in it, I also drop in a tablespoon or 2 of brown sugar. Also cayenne, you can put in freshly minced jalapenos or green chilies. You can also put red and green and yellow peppers in this. So now I'm going to mix this until it is just barely moistened. You don't want to manipulate this batter too much because it will get too soft on you. And this is made for a loaf pan or mini muffins. You don't necessarily want to, I don't know, I guess you could bake it in a flat, like an 8x8 or a 9x13. I just traditionally for this recipe use a loaf pan. So at this point, this is your batter. You mix it until just barely combined, until it's just moistened. And if you're using a loaf pan, 30 to 40 minutes. If you're doing 36 mini muffins, that is going to be 18 to 20 minutes. And then you cool on a wire rack, and then you remove from the pan completely to let it cool, and then you serve. I am going to stop right here, but this is cornbread. You're not going to see me bake it, and you're not going to see the end result. But this is it. And from here, the next video will be a tutorial for corn dogs.